I move the amendment as circulated in my name. This amendment to the Competition and Consumer Amendment Fair Go for Consumers and Small Business Bill 2024 is simple. It simply inserts a review clause to assess how the legislation is working within 2 years. This is good process, this is good governance to ensure that this fast-track priority triage process is not leading to ultimately a change of purpose of the ACCC, whereby these designated complainants are getting a undue, priority over ordinary consumer and customer complaints or from other small businesses. It also will enable a review by the government to ensure that these designated complainants are not unfairly taking advantage of the position it puts them in to be able to prioritise and get priority in complaint consideration and review. As I said previously, these bodies are often fee-for-membership organisations, and there is nothing currently that really protects consumers and customers to still have the opportunity for their complaints to be considered and fast-tracked if they choose not to be within these organisations. So I appreciate the benefit for government or for the ACCC to try and create this triage and priority process, but ultimately the purpose of the ACCC is to ensure customer choice and complaints review mechanism when it comes to consumers, and I think it's very important that that remain the case. Many have submitted in the consultation process have expressed similar concerns, and it's worth highlighting the concerns of the Council of Small Business of Organisations of Australia, COSBOA. They did note several concerns. The possible restriction on the number of designated complaints being relatively small, and I note the number of complainants will appear in the forthcoming the instrument. So I urge the government to maintain an open mind on this further consultation, and the timeline of the ACCC responding to a designated complaint and whether or not it will actually pursue the complaint and investigate it and notify them of their decision regarding that complaint within the 90-day timeframe. Such complaints may need more urgent action, marking such a timeline as too broad. And so there are legitimate concerns as to how this may well operate, and that can be very sensibly addressed by having a legislated review period of 2 years so that we can actually flesh out and see whether or not the legislation is working as intended in terms of assisting with dealing with the caseload and a more timely consideration of consumer and customer complaints. Reviewing legislation is a good thing. It is what we are in this place to do. I support the bill, but I also am mindful that review to ensure it is working as intended is incredibly important. And I note the Assistant Minister is here, and so I would ask the Assistant Minister to really identify why is there a concern about having, or whether the government will support the amendment, but also why not have a review period to ensure that we are protecting this consumer and customer complaints investigation and consideration process. Small businesses, as he just told this place, are the backbone of our economy. There's more the government can be doing to support small businesses, and so again, supporting this amendment to ensure there is a review, to ensure that this process is back on the agenda for the government within 2 years, to ensure it doesn't slip through the cracks. And we are reviewing whether or not our customer and consumer complaints is working through the ACCC to ensure choice, to ensure their rights are protected. We know it's very much in the news at the moment, the question of duopolies, of lack of competition in certain markets, from airlines to supermarkets, and so it's incredibly important that we have an ACCC fit for purpose. So I ask the Minister and I urge the government to improve the bill with the amendment to ensure a review period.